Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you a square handbag. So it is really a simple little box or box stroke handbag, and I've just opened that Velcro up there, and it is a decent sized box, so it is quite a nice little gift box that would fit quite a few goodies in there. Quite a lot of chocolate, or maybe like a thin neck scarf or some jewellery or anything really. It's quite a good size. I'm not sure if it would fit miniature toiletries in. You'd have to check the sizings of that, but yeah, isn't it gorgeous? And this is from the In Good Taste DSP, so yeah, it's just so elegant and so pretty. This one's Night of Navy. The one I'm going to make is Early Espresso, not a colour I use a massive amount of, but I thought that the texture on this one would just look fabulous, so let's have a go. So you need a sheet of A4 cardstock, so you basically need the full sheet, and that's what we're going to use, which is 8 1/4 by 11 5/8 or 21 by 29.5 centimetres. On the long side, we are going to score at 3 1/2, 5 1/8, 8 5/8, and 10 1/4 inches. And in centimetres, that will be 9, 13, 22 and 26. We're then going to rotate, and on the short side, we're going to score at 1 5/8 and 6 5/8. And that's it for the scoring. So once you've done that, we're then going to fold and burnish our score lines. And then obviously work our way along. Okay. And then we're going to do some cutting. So you will notice that you've got quite a large panel here, another thin one, a large panel and 2 thinner ones. So if we turn it around so that the 2 thin ones are at the bottom, this will be the top of your box. So you can cut away both of those outside squares just there, on the same on both sides. Okay, so you've got that shape at the bottom now. And then these 2 squares here, I'm going to cut those. So if you imagine now that this is the top of your box, what I want to do is cut these so that they adhere to the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut across the bottom so it's opposite side to where that part is. Tuck that under, and then cut up to there, and then I'm just going to cut the wedges out of the side just here, and then I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side. So fold that one in and then cut up the sides here to create that little wedge. And then you see when this is sealed, they will be at the bottom and they won't get caught when you're trying to push things into the bag. Okay, so let's flip it back over, and now I want to add my panels of DSP. So you need 2 of the larger ones that are 4 3/4 by 3 1/4, which are 12 1/2 by 8 1/2 centimetres. So I'm just going to pop those onto, as I say, the larger areas there. You won't need to put, one on the bottom. So we missed that one out and pop the next panel that I've measured completely wrong there, but luckily it'll be at the back so we won't see it. Then for the top sections here, where are we? There we go. So one is slightly narrower than the other, so you will need one that is 1 3/8 by 4 3/4 and one that is 1 1/4 by 4 3/4. So the 1 1/4 by 4 3/4 is 3.2 by 12.5, and the 1 3/8 by 4 3/4 will be 3.5 by 12.5 centimetres. And then your side pieces will be these parts here, and you will need 2 of these, and these are 3 1/8 by 3, sorry, 1 3/8 by 3 1/4. Oh my goodness, come on. There we go. So run those, pop those on those sides there. And then on the other side here. And then just put some, it's really easy to make up actually, just pop some Seal Plus on these tabs here. These will just go and make the bottom of your box, and then you just need them on the inside of this piece here. It keeps missing that bottom part, there we go. And then another piece here, and then you just simply fold these over, just make sure everything's lined up, and pop them onto there. And then there is your basic box, and then all you need to do is make your latch part. So you need a piece of cardstock that is 1 1/2 by 2 1/4 or 4 by 6 centimetres, and I'm just going to go round with my trio punch just to round all those corners, just to make it a bit prettier. And I'm going to do exactly the same with my DSP that measures 1 3/8 by 2 1/8 or 3 1/2 by 5 1/2 centimetres. That will then be adhered onto the cardstock, and that in itself, just a couple of bits at the top there onto, and I'm eyeballing the centre of this. And then I have my fantastic Velcro dots that I've used so many times. They are just amazing. I'm just simply going to pop it on the inside of there. Make sure my box is square. Pop that on, and then when you take it off, just make sure you use your nail to pinch both sides, otherwise it doesn't stick. Just line that up. That's it, just there. So press that down. I'm going to leave that off for a minute just to let those adhere. But I want to bring in my gilded gems, and I actually have 3 loose ones here that are just what I need. So one of the larger ones just goes at the top, and then a medium just underneath, and those 2 are for my ribbon. And how I did my ribbon, if you see I've got quite tidy ends just there, I actually folded it over slightly. So I'm going to use some of my Seal Plus, just a very small part, and I'm just folding my ribbon over on itself. It'll just stop it fraying. I'm just going to close that up, and then I want to just measure roughly about that much, I think. So I'm just going to cut that there, add some more of my Seal Plus, fold that end over, and then I'm going to go in again, and that one's empty, so I'm not, where's my tear and tape? So I'm just going to add, to save me messing, a tiny square of tear and tape on either end of my ribbon. And then these will be stuck onto the side, and then I just add, get off, so that will just go there, and then this piece will go on the centre of the other side, just there. And then I finally have just added a gilded gem, whoops, on either side, and there you have your square handbags. Hope you like them, and in under 10, well, just over 10 minutes as well. How good is that? I really like those. They look amazing with this DSP as well. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.